We are leaving work for the last working day of 2015. It's December 30th, 2015, and obviously tomorrow is New Year's Eve. And my wife and I are going to go to the Amy Schumer show at Key Arena in Seattle, so looking forward to that. 2015 was awesome. I mean, other than what's going on with my shoulder and my arm right now, definitely the best year ever, and I say that just about every year. In fact, I've said that every year for a few years now. We traveled. We went to Mexico. Obviously, we've watched our beautiful daughter grow up into a legitimate toddler now with her own personality and her own attitude, but in a good way. She's a good kid. So great year at work. Really great year in terms of training. Hit a lot of breakthroughs this year. Clean and jerked 110 kilos. Squatted 300 pounds. Snatched 85 kilos. There's a lot of things that I was able to do this year that I haven't been able to do in the past. So 2015 was definitely awesome. So once I can get past all of this injury stuff and kind of figure out what's going on, then I guess we'll see. I've been talking to a lot of people on Instagram lately, just in the last few days. Just searching like hashtag slap tear or labrum tear or something like that, trying to find people that have kind of gone through the same thing. And I've connected with a handful of people now. They've all gotten back to me right away, talking about their surgery and their recovery and what led up to it, and how they felt, where they had pain, what they recommend, kind of all that. The overwhelming response is, if that is the diagnosis, have the surgery, like without question. A lot of people say that they had, in fact, everybody I think I talked to said that they held it off for a certain amount of time, some just for a few months, and then others for years, that they just try to get by either the non-surgical way or cortisone shots or whatever. The bottom line is, like, I certainly don't want to live in pain for a long time, and I want to be able to do my sport. So, my decision's made, right? If this other doctor says it's positive, then by all means, let's do it. We've got a lot of traveling coming up in the next few months, so obviously don't want to be in a sling for all that. But I'm an avid motorcycle enthusiast too. So we've got a whole nother bit of trips and stuff that are coming up, and the motorcycling in the summer. The way I see it is, like, if I can get surgery to happen sometime around the 1st of February or so, then I can spend those 4 weeks in a sling. So unfortunately, when I go to Cabo, I would be in a sling then, but maybe out by the time I get to Maui. And I know that I can rehab an injury because I know how seriously I take training in weightlifting right now, or did. And I know how seriously I take the rehab because it's in my best interest to get better. So we've got Cabo coming up in February, and then Maui's going to be in March, and so I may be out of the sling by then. Going to Dallas at I think it's the last day of March into the first few days of April, and then Venice Beach coming up in May. Or Venice coming up in May. So there's a lot of trips, but the good news is that if I can get operated on at the end of January or very early February, I'm really only going to be in a sling and kind of be miserable for part of that, only for the first trip likely. Then I can rehab the hell out of it all throughout February, all throughout the end of February and most of March. And then looking at what the rehab time looks like. I mean, I may be able to start doing weightlifting again, not heavy, but at least doing the motions again sometime in April, mid-April, late April, May, something like that, and then have a full return in the fall, and hopefully be able to compete sometime in October, November-ish time frame. So it's kind of where I'm looking right now. My attitude's definitely getting better. I've spent the better part of a few weeks really being down about all this stuff. And I'm really kind of over that, I'm over being upset about it, because it's kind of like, I'm past the point now of I'm accepting the fact that it's going to be a long road ahead, but I think it'll be a fun road. Those are the kind of things that can really build character and help somebody just be better in all walks of life. So those are the thoughts that I got for today, and thanks for checking it out. Happy New Year. here unless I talk to you before that's over, but take care.